Here now to talk about whether increased investor demand is crowding out other home buyers is Gary Beasley. He's the CEO and co-founder of Roofstock. Gary, thanks for joining me. I'm sure you've heard this concern. Is it intensifying out there?
Well, there's always been a lot of investor interest in the asset class. Historically, it had been more mom and pop driven. Today, there's about 20 or 21% of the homes today are purchased by investors, but the vast majority of those are small investors. I would say, perhaps 90,000 homes a month purchased by investors. Maybe 4,000 of those are by larger investors. The majority being mom and pops.
And that's similar to what we heard when we spoke with Coldwell Banker about this phenomenon as well, asking if they're seeing investor demand crowding out other demand. And they said, maybe, a little bit on the margins. Why do you think, though, this has become such a, I hear about this issue all the time. It's really one that has divided communities and raises a lot of rancor. Talk to me about how you see the politics of this evolving.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I think there's always challenges when there's a lot of private capital flowing in, crowding out, potentially crowding out smaller investors. It's just not necessarily backed up by the facts. I think if you look back, the same thing happened during the last financial crisis, when arguably there was more institutional capital flowing in. And I would argue it actually put a bottom on housing prices, and prices have turned around since the beginning of 2012, when that capital really started to flow in. But there was a similar narrative back then that there was all this Wall Street money flowing in. But the reality was it did provide a bottom to the market. It provided much needed capital. And there's an awful lot of good that comes from capital being reinvested in older housing stock that could be either for sale or for rent. And the reality is we have a real shortage of housing around the country, both new built and existing stock, several million units. And I think anything you could do to get investors, large and small, to reinvest in those homes and create affordable housing that's of high quality is generally a positive thing.
Sure. I'm curious as well about, the kinds of yields that real estate is generating with home prices where they are. What's that dynamic look like? How attractive is the yield as a landlord?
Well, rental yields vary by price point. Generally, the higher the price point of the home, the lower the yield. Mm-hmm. I think when you see the types of homes that are on our marketplace, the yield, I would say, ranges about 5% on average, unlevered. And so when you put some leverage on that and get some home price appreciation, what you see is total return profile being quite good. So yields have probably compressed 50 to 100 basis points in the last year, but the total returns have been similar or better because of home price appreciation.
Sure. Although, again, I wonder if that's one of those things where the dynamics look fine in a rising price market, but then all of a sudden, especially like you said with leverage, I'm assuming you mean like if you use a mortgage or something like that, falling home mm-hmm. prices then can make both of those dynamics work against you. So the fact that we've seen such uplift over the past year, especially, I wonder if that just is moving some people to the sidelines who might have been all in on this strategy in 2016 and enjoyed pretty good returns and are just thinking now maybe it's looking a little peaky.
It's funny. People have been going onto the sidelines for every year since I've been in the industry, and for the most part, always regretted it because it's hard to call the top. Rents are also increasing. So, and interest rates, while they're likely to creep up here over time, there doesn't appear to be a catalyst for any sort of dramatic increase in rates. So I think I just came back from a conference in Miami, and it's the most optimistic, I think, outlook I've seen in the sector in a decade. And this was both large and small investors looking at everything in totality. And I think part of it, too, is single family homes relative to all the other real estate asset classes has some very attractive supply demand characteristics. So part of it is that it's just on a relative and absolute basis, I think, quite attractive right now.
Yeah, no, I hear about it all the time as well. I think that's partly my curiosity is it, become too widespread? But I guess just a quick final question. We are talking about people who are buying properties largely within a pretty close driving radius of where they currently live, or does this reach across state lines?
Yeah, that's the beauty of the technology that Roofstock and others has brought to bear. You can buy homes all over the country, really from anywhere in the world, without actually leaving your home. So we break down those geographic barriers. Yeah. It allows investors to get away from that buying just an hour outside of their homes to really buying everywhere, which is a much better, I think, diversification strategy.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.